So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got some exciting news here today. We got some exciting news. Now today we got a pretty darn big leak that pretty much confirms that the next Call of Duty will in fact be Black Ops 4. Now, I was kind of skeptical. I know that they basically were selling like Black Ops 1, 2, 3 as like a trilogy pack. They were kind of bundling it. I mean, Treyarch and Zombies, they cut it off and said like this is the end of an 8-year cycle. I figured that Call of Duty was pretty much done with the Black Ops series and that Treyarch, who has kind of been known as like the innovators of the series and kind of the studio favorite over the last couple of years, would switch it up and do something new. But we actually got a little bit of news today that seems to counteract that point right there. Now here on Twitter today, of all things, someone who specializes in Nintendo stuff, so Nintendo SwitchNet, Nintendo Saucity, Mike 10, anyway, his name is Marcus Sellers, and this guy is famous because he pretty much exactly predicted the date of, which one was it? The January Direct Mini and the Nintendo Labo announcement, or Labo, however you pronounce that thing, you know the thing that they showed. But he basically exactly predicted it, and maybe he has to call it a prediction because he can't really like say, oh, I got this leaked to me, and then Nintendo has to launch an investigation to see how he's gotten stuff leaked to him. But he seems to know a lot about Nintendo type stuff, and you might be wondering like, what does this have to do with Call of Duty? Why does this matter whatsoever? And that is because he quite possibly, and I am pretty darn convinced, just because of his previous track record, knows about what kind of things are coming to the Switch, which apparently this year includes Call of Duty. Let me go ahead and read this. COD 2018 is I think not, maybe not, any sort of like question word, is Black Ops 4, and is coming to PC, Xbox PC, and Switch, which, first of all, like, makes sense. Like, they used to have Call of Duty for the DS, they had Call of Duty for the Wii. They kind of cut it off for a few years because Call of Duty was like really pushing the bounds of like how much they can really push these systems, and the Wii was not keeping up. Wii U was not keeping up, so they pretty much stopped it for a few years. But it sounds like it's actually coming to the Switch. It is set in modern times and is boots on the ground. It's boots on the ground. Of course. We all knew it was going to be boots on the ground, which is just further confirmation. If he said right here that it was jetpacks and stuff like that, I would start kind of, questioning what he's doing and everything like that. But yeah, so boots on the ground, and it's set in modern times. So kind of like a COD 4, Modern Warfare 2 type era. The Switch version, which is why, of course, he knows about this, because he has very clearly a leak inside of the Nintendo system, will support DLC, HD rumble, and motion controls. The Switch version is also being ported by a company which is familiar with COD games, which is pretty much what you would expect to see. This is what they did in the past. They always ported the game. It was never made specifically for the Switch, but the Switch is getting lots of games. It's getting Skyrim. It's getting a lot of different games that are kind of like those upper end games that you wouldn't really expect to see on the Switch. So, in my opinion, this is absolutely credible, and based on his track record, absolutely confirms that Black Ops 4 is the next Call of Duty. I mean, there's been plenty of stuff talking about it. I've never made a video about it because to me, it wasn't a substantiated enough claim. The person who was saying stuff didn't have a track record. It all just seemed kind of like random. But this is our first like legit proof that the next Call of Duty is going to be Black Ops 4. Now, what can we actually expect from Black Ops 4? Now, if they are continuing the saga, I expect to see something like Shadows of Evil to start it off. Something that's kind of like a one-off map where it starts off and kind of like leaves us wondering, are we still going to be playing with our characters? I think that, first of all, there's absolutely no way that these characters like leave the game forever. I know that in the end of Revelations, they kind of like had that cutscene, that ending cutscene that kind of finished it all, if you know what I mean. Like the characters were sent back. They're kind of in this place where they're stuck, and it seems like their story is over. And I know there's a lot more analysis you can do in that, but that's the long and short of it, is that their story is kind of ended there. And I think what we're going to be doing in Black Ops 4 is, honestly, we're going to be taking off with a new group of characters, something that is possibly like Shadows of Evil, possibly like Mob of the Dead, something that calls back to the main story. But I think our first map is going to be completely separate from what you're watching on stream right now. I don't think that we're going to have these 2.0 characters. I don't think we're going to have the 1.0 characters. I think we're going to have something completely new that leaves us wondering what happened to our characters, and then slowly, either through actually playing with them in the next DLC or actually just full on just leaving them a mystery until the very end, I think we're gonna be seeing more of our characters, but in more of a casual way until we actually get later on in the DLCs. Now, in terms of it being kind of right after Black Ops 3 and kind of like going into Black Ops 4, I don't think that actually impacts the story of Zombies at all. They've always kind of kept it separately. It doesn't really matter what the game is. It's always just the story itself it just changes up no matter what. And I think it's gonna be good for the franchise to have a familiar face, which is Black Ops 4, because we all know we've had like fresh games, fresh IPs pretty much every year, no matter what. We've had like Ghost, World War II, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, all these different games that are good and they're fun, but they're not Treyarch and they're not that ground base. And I know that people didn't really like Black Ops 3's movement system, but that being said, it has by far been the most popular Call of Duty over the last couple of years. And I think being able to take Treyarch's game, put it back on boots on the ground, and back to like Black Ops 2 multiplayer is going to do wonders for the franchise. And not only that, the fact that it's Treyarch and the fact that it's zombies that people have like a connection to, a history with, everything like that is going to be pouring into this and kind of fueling it for Call of Duty's big comeback. Everyone's kind of already talking about Black Ops 4 and everything like that, and we're only one DLC into World War II. And while World War II, I personally really like the multiplayer. I think the multiplayer is the best we had since Black Ops 3, and the zombies is, personally, I like it more than Infinite Warfare. I know some people are kind of iffy on which one they like more, but it's interesting. Although I will say, bring back Exo Zombies, please, for the love of everything. If you're listening to me, Activision, look, I'm gonna hold you in my hands. Please bring back Exo Zombies. I love it. No, but on the real, it is going to be the return year for Call of Duty. I feel like everything that we've kind of made our way up to at this point is kind of leading to this game. It's going to be I think Treyarch has a lot of pressure on him. I don't think it's anything that was their fault. I don't think it's anything they did, but I really do feel like this is the make or break year for Call of Duty, and it's either going to bring back those hordes of players that was by far the top game, or it's gonna kind of like stay in the state where it sells a bunch of copies, but people don't really want to watch it on YouTube and everything like that. So next up, the thing I wanted to talk about is Call of Duty and the possibility of Call of Duty Battle Royale. Now, do I think it's gonna happen? Absolutely, I do. And I know that's probably not the answer that you guys were expecting, and I know you're probably saying like, oh, that'll be so dumb. Call of Duty like isn't supposed to be a Battle Royale. I'm so tired of Battle Royale games, everything like that. But when you look at the numbers on Twitch, on YouTube, on the fact that Fortnite has literally blown up on people's YouTube channels and in sales, they've like PUBG and Fortnite and H1Z1, those games are by far the most streamed, the most watched, and the most played games over the last X amount of time for multiplayer games, not including like single player games and everything like that. They are by far some of the most successful games, and if you think that Activision, which is a business that needs to make money and its sole purpose is to maximize profits for its shareholders, if you don't think they're going to be hopping on the Battle Royale train, I honestly have to disagree with you so much, because when you look at the success of Fortnite, you look how, in my opinion, what differentiates Fortnite from Call of Duty, if they were both the perfect game, they were perfectly made, they were perfectly done, there's nothing they could do to like improve the game or anything like that. I think that the Battle Royale game is going to win because of the fact there's always something you can do better. There's always a higher skill cap, and especially with a game like Fortnite, when you can build, you can do different things, there's always something that you can improve on, and every single game is going to be different. In Call of Duty, every single game is different, yes, but the engagements are the same. There's everyone pretty much like picks their gun, everything like that. And I think that there's a reason that Call of Duty has seen a little bit of a decline, and Battle Royale games have seen this massive upheaval. And if you think that Call of Duty isn't already doing this, then you're wrong, because Call of Duty Online, which if you guys don't know is China's version of Call of Duty, basically they are actually already playing Battle Royale games. Now, I saw a little bit of footage, and I might share that with you guys a little bit later in another video, but the Call of Duty Battle Royale that they have is kind of like, it's kind of weird, because obviously Call of Duty has that very slow time, or a very quick time to kill. There's not really much chance for outplay. People camping are gonna win, and especially when it's permadeath, you don't want to see that. And the way they got around that was interesting. They had armor packs and stuff like that. So it pretty much brought up the time to kill to a normal like battle royale type game. And honestly, I know you guys are gonna say that like it's silly and everything like that, because I know how people think about battle royales and they're so tired of them and everything like that. But honestly, it did look fun. And if you think that Treyarch isn't developing at least some system of this, whether it be for zombies or whether it be for multiplayer, if you don't think they're developing some system for this, I think you're wrong. Honestly, personally, I think you're wrong, and I think Call of Duty is going to be bringing a battle royale into the next one. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on what exactly you think the next Call of Duty. If you think that this leak is false, if you think this guy, even though he's been right in the past, if you think he's wrong, let me know about that. Let me know about the Call of Duty battle royale mode. Let me know what you think zombies is going to be, and I'd love to just hear your thoughts in general about Black Ops 4 and the next year of Treyarch zombies that we have coming up very, very soon. But that is it for me, guys. Make sure you leave a like and you subscribe. I'll keep you guys up to date with all the like kind of legitimized Black Ops 4 leaks and everything like that. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.